Hey, if you're new here but enjoying the content, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button. Join us. Thanks. Alright, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I am Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan. I wanted to do another quick follow-up on the whole thing about Rotten Tomatoes removing the want-to-see percentage score. At this point, this is today's big news. All of the news outlets are covering it because, well, frankly, it really kind of seems like Rotten Tomatoes is doing something rotten, that they bent the knee to Disney, and that they have done something inappropriate and kind of creepy and spooky. In other words, if you'd like to register your complaints about the way this movie's being promoted, they want to stop you from doing that. They're calling you a troll, and they would kind of like you to stop saying, hey, I don't want to see this movie. I'd rather see this movie, not this one. That is interesting. I've never seen this happen for a movie before, but as I've said, this is a very peculiar SJW movie. The SJWs are out in force, and you won't believe how they're reacting to this. Well, maybe you will. They're reacting as though this were a victory. Look at this. We always win. The SJWs are out there enjoying the fact that once again conservative voices have been silenced. People are not allowed to debate them. People are not allowed to argue with them. They lose every argument. I mean, that's the thing. If you ever talk to an SJW and try to actually talk to them about their point of view and why they're so sadly wrong, why they smell bad, why they look funny, why their parents are embarrassed of them, these are arguments that they don't want to have. They want to deplatform you. They want to stop you from being able to speak your mind. And when they do, they win. They consider that a victory. I don't know what it is that SJWs have against freedom of speech, but yeah, look at this. And once again, you are a troll. But what will the trolls do with their lives now? Well, what do you think? All these people did was click, I don't want to see this movie. That's all they did. It wasn't something they obsessed over. It wasn't something they were able to do more than once. They weren't able to sit there and click, don't want to see this movie over and over and over again. They could only register their discontent, register their disquiet, register their displeasure with this very strange social justice warrior phenomenon of a flick and the behavior of its weirdo activist. She should be an actress, but she's an activist star. That's all they could do. They could register their disquiet with that by pressing a little button that says, I don't want to see this movie. To whom it may concern, I don't want to see this movie. And guess what? Rotten Tomatoes bent the knee to Disney. I guess Mickey Mouse said, hey, this is affecting our bottom line. We've got a whole narrative here. We've got a narrative about this movie making $120 million. Yeah, sure. Used to be $180 million, but we let Brie Larson run her mouth about how she doesn't like white people. She doesn't want white males to be there in her press pool. And now, now we're hoping to make $120 million. If this continues, if this becomes an issue where people who oppose us are able to speak their minds, we could lose even more. This could end up being another Solo. And by the way, it's looking like that's what it's going to be. So, of course, a normal person says, what are we going to do? We're going to not watch this movie. And, of course, these Captain Marvel weirdos, I don't understand why they're acting like they're fans of this. You've never seen a Captain Marvel movie before. You can't be sure that this is good. And by the way, the comic book gets canceled over and over and over again. So, some Captain Marvel fan you are. She says, better that way. I don't know if this is a woman or not. Let's just say this entity says, better that way. We don't need them to smash the box offices. Loud minority, ha 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 ha. Witnessing our success from their boring, mediocre daily view. They're home, ha ha ha. Darling, you're tweeting about a Captain Marvel movie, and basically what you're bragging about is the fact that you were able to get Rotten Tomatoes to disable a function that actually served everyone's common interest. It served the common interest for movie fans, for movie goers, for movie producers, all because you couldn't take it. You couldn't take the heat. You couldn't take having people disagree with you publicly, and that's why you're celebrating the idea that this stupidity happened last night. And Rotten Tomatoes, shame on you. I mean, shame on you. You should have zero interest in this. Rotten Tomatoes should be completely disinterested about whether or not fans are ganging up and grouping up and saying, expressing their displeasure with this movie. Even if this were a troll harassment operation, which would be incredible. I don't know how those kinds of things get structured and put into action. But even if this were, Rotten Tomatoes, why do you care? Why exactly do you care? And by the way, this kind of thing happened all the time when they would put out, more Christian movies. When Kirk Cameron would put out a movie, they would get brigaded too. They'd get brigaded and mocked on the internet. Certainly when I think there was an anti-Hillary Clinton movie that received like a 0% want to see. I mean, these things do happen, and they should be allowed to happen. Let's be honest. They really should be allowed to happen. So these people, celebrate your victory, celebrate the fact that the people with the money, the people that go to the movies, the people that actually support Hollywood movies and the toys and the comic books and all of that are not allowed to express their dislike of this movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Enjoy that. Meanwhile, we're going to enjoy the reckoning that is coming. Because if you think Rotten Tomatoes is the only place that we can express our view, that we can argue over this, that we can confront you, that we can convince people, that we can actually take the news of what Brie Larson is saying, what Disney is doing, what social justice warriors are doing to these entertainment industries. If you think we need Rotten Tomatoes to do that, you've got another thing coming, SJWs. We have ways of spreading our opinions. We have ways of offering our opinions. We still have access to social media and all of that. And by the way, this is called the Barbra Streisand effect. This is called the Streisand effect. The fact that you took this down has only made it a bigger story, guys. Ask Barbra Streisand. You can't quiet people. You can't silence people. You can't stop them. You're only going to make other people more curious. You're only going to spread the word. And sure enough, even now, CBR, the article that you're reacting to, has had to write an article about how terrible Rotten Tomatoes want to see percentage was for Captain Marvel. And people who aren't following this story are reading about it right now, and they're asking themselves, maybe not the questions that you're hoping they're asking. Maybe they're asking questions like, why? How come there are people who really don't like Brie Larson and are unhappy with this movie enough to specifically express via some review aggregate website that they don't want to see Captain Marvel? What do I need to look into? I recommend that all of them just go ahead and Google Brie Larson Captain Marvel and get a load of those results. Thank you very much for listening. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please ring that bell for notifications. I'll see you again later with another video. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on a live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Join the fandom menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.